prokaryotes and eukaryotes, or prokaryotic cell versus eukaryotic cell. We covered that in the vertical classification. Organelles make up, such as mitochondrion in red, or chloroplasts in blue, make up the cells and other organelles. The cell is the smallest unit of life that it can live by itself. But many similar cells can make up tissues in different organisms, and the tissue can be the epithelial/skin tissue, or muscle tissue, or connective tissue, or nervous tissue/nerve tissue. The organism, in our case, is made up of many different cells, but the cell is the basic building block of life. All organisms are made up of one or many cells. So the cell, depending on how many cells are making up an organism, we distinguish between a single-celled organism that contains only one, or many cells make up an organism, and it will be the multicellular organism, such as amoeba is a single-cell organism. Here's the nucleus and the genetic material for bacteria. And many cells are making up the tree, for example, or an animal such as the turtle is made up of many, so it's a multicellular organism. Many cells are coming in different shapes. For example, the nervous tissue some of the nerve cells, like long cells, and they have a very distinctive shape, or the bacteria contains a shape like that, some of them, or a fat cell looks like that under the microscope. But all of them share common characteristics: the cell membrane that separates the cells from the outside, as well as the DNA, the hereditary material inside of the cell. But the difference is that some cells are prokaryotic cells and some are eukaryotic cells, and we will distinguish later on. Prokaryotic cells came so long time ago, 3.6 billion years ago, and eukaryotes followed them. They appeared later on. Number one difference is the size, and number two difference is that prokaryotes can contain only one cell as an organism. Eukaryotes can contain one or many cells. Example for prokaryotic cell is a bacteria, and for eukaryotic cells that make up organisms are protists, the protist kingdom, fungi kingdom, organisms from plants, as well as from the animal kingdom. The prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. Prokaryotic cells, one single, they make up the organism one cell. They have the orange dots are the ribosomes. We will cover them, and we have orange dots in the eukaryotic organisms, and cells. The main difference is the membrane-bound organelles, such as the mitochondrion and the chloroplast, and different vacuoles and cisterns, as well as they contain nucleus. The prokaryotes do not contain nucleus. They contain hereditary material. They contain hereditary material, but not nucleus. Bacteria and archaea domains are they contain prokaryotic cells, and they are unicellular organisms. On the other hand, eukarya domain contain eukaryotic cells with nucleus.